Episode 1. Even if they're the Lombardis, they won't be spared. Such an historic family. Tisk. Fools. Dumbheads. Half-wits. Idiots who just carelessly walked into fire. I kept on insisting that the first prince wasn't it. That such a ruffian would never become the crown prince. I said it time and time again. Lombardi. With the world tree as their crest, it was a symbol for eternal prosperity. The first emperor was crowned by their hands, and the history of Lombardy went so far it could even be considered as the empire's history, with enough unwavering wealth to be at the top, all throughout the wars and history. In arts and culture, the name of Lombardy has been engraved in every corner of the world. Hence, the royal palace felt threatened, and after Rulak Lombardi took his place as the head of the family, they ordered the Royal Gate Edict. Soon after that, Rulak established a scholarship that didn't distinguish commoners from nobles, only choosing outstanding individuals. Every talented individual that received the Lombardist grace soon came to fill them. Important positions all over the empire. Thus, in the end, the previous emperor had to take back the royal edict he created himself. He did, but no matter how ignorant he was, how could he spend all the family riches in just 2 years? The reason for my anger was simple. I, too, was once a Lombardi, a young girl who died in a car accident in Korea. That was me. Because of that, when I opened my eyes as a newborn baby, I cheered with happiness, thinking that I'd finally live well. I was mistaken. My father, Gallahan Lombardi, was the third son of the current family head. But my mother, who died while in labor, was a commoner, and she wasn't recognized as his official fiancée. And thus, I, who was born, received the name of Lombardi with my grandfather's permission and my father's love. But my position was no more than an illegitimate child. Just a few days before my 11th birthday, my father passed away. And without anyone to take care of me, I was gradually forgotten in the family. But I wouldn't be cast away just like that. So after I turned 15, I began to do work for our family. Desperation became my driving force. And thankfully, I wasn't bad at it either. Hence, as my role within the house increased, I was put in charge of managing the Lombardi household finances at the age of 18. And by the age of 19, I became my bedridden grandfather's business assistant. My father's incompetent and arrogant brothers were no more than scoundrels. Those days when their responsibility was too heavy and there was nothing enjoyable. It would be a lie if I said it was easy for me, but it's too bad. If only I'd known earlier that you had those abilities, I would have left this family to you. No, Grandpa, I'm an illegitimate child. How can I, who came from a commoner mother, become the family head? That's not true, Florentia. You're a Lombardi too. I assure you your qualifications are more than enough. I'm sorry, I should have taken better care of you. You're my granddaughter. I'm the one who is so sorry. Those words were enough. They were the reason why I tried my very best for Lombardi. I really loved the Lombardi family. But you know what to do, Florentia. Get out. I've been holding it back for father's sake, but I can't endure it anymore. You're an illegitimate child, but you don't know your place. Please, accept me here in the Lombardi family. Let me work for my family. I'm needed here. Even until the very end, you still don't know what. I'm talking about, don't ever come here again. And just like that, I was kicked out, without being able to put my inheritance rights as part of the Lombardi family into use. And exactly 2 years later, those idiots spent everything under Lombardi's name. That great family, the beautiful Lombardi that I dedicated my youth to. You should have trusted the second prince. You'd know if only you had two eyes. The second Prince is 100 times more fit to be the emperor than that first prince who is always gambling and fooling around with women. The second prince, Perez Brivashu Durelli. Although he was treated with contempt for being born to a maid, he became known as a genius. Upon entering the academy, he graduated from both liberal arts and military examination at the Imperial Academy. And even his political power was unrivaled. He turned the entire aristocracy, who'd previously been won over by the Empress, to his side. I should head home now. The stupid Lombardi family followed the first prince and did all kinds of vicious things to the second prince. Now that the second prince has been crowned as crown prince and the emperor has collapsed, they've been hit hard in the back. What a stupid person. Bad guy. Bad. I almost fell. That surprised me. But this place. I died in a car accident in my previous life, but this time I was hit by a carriage. This is too much. However, regardless of my feelings of injustice, I felt the life inside me and my consciousness slowly drifting away. Episode 2. Blurry. Blink. Father? What's the matter, Tia? Jolt. Startled. What's going on? Dozia. I could have sworn I was hit by a carriage. Why am I suddenly in the library? Why is this chair so high? And, Tia? Tia, are you all right? Is it even possible for my memories to be this vivid? The situation was beyond my understanding. And at the time, my head was filled with only one thought. F first. I have to get out of here. Dad, can I please stop by my room really quickly? Of course. Should I come with you? And no. I can go by myself. I'll be right back. Tia, don't run. You'll hurt yourself. Glance. That shelving number. I'm positive. It was only classified that way before I changed it. And if I remember correctly, near the library, step, is the guest room. Burst. I found it. Wait, but why am I so tiny? And this body, why is it so weak? I'm having this much trouble running that short of a distance. Tremble. Wait, then how old am I now? I remember falling over and getting severely injured on my 9th birthday. But there's no scar. Then that means I'm younger than 8 years old. Ha ha. So not only have I reincarnated once, but now I've traveled back in time. Those trees were all cut down after V's became the head of the Lombardi family. They were originally gifted to us long ago by the first emperor in celebration of finishing the construction of the Lombardi manor. Despite being the eldest son of the family, V's had them all cut down. And my second uncle, Laurel's, was only ever focused on pleasing him. All of them were fools. Clench. Father didn't have much power of his own, but he was so well educated that even the academy coveted his knowledge. If only my father hadn't died so early on. Wait, my father died of an illness before he and I could celebrate my 11th birthday. The cure for the disease he'd suffered from was only developed several years after his death. Then, does that mean I can save him? I can. Save Dad. I won't have to lose him. I can save him. It might sound absurd, but now that I've returned to the past, retaining all my previous knowledge, I'm sure I can do it. Rub, rub. And in that case, wouldn't I be able to save the Lombardi family as well? Reach. Flinch. Calm down, Florentia. It hasn't happened yet. Clench. Thump. Thump who? First, I need to stop Vies from becoming the head of the family. Vies' wife, Saral, and the Once prince's mother, Queen Lavini Anganas, were cousins. As a result, Vies had no choice but to support the Once prince as the next crown prince. Of course, that's disregarding the fact that he wasn't perceptive enough in the first place to realize that the Once prince was never fit for the role of crown prince. Someone other than Vies, who wouldn't seek to harm the Tuan prince. If I'd known your capabilities earlier, I would handed the family over to you. Mumble. Should I give it a try? I wouldn't make the same mistake against the Tuan prince, since I already know he will be the next crown prince. And what if I take it a step further and make connections with him? If I use my knowledge of what will happen in the next 20 years to my advantage. Let's do it. I'll become the matriarch of this family. And in order to do that, I need to gain grandfather's trust. Episode 3. Lord Galahad left for the head summons office. Aha! Librarian Brochule. In my previous life, I started to work at the library after Brochule became sick. I heard he was originally a famous professor at the academy. Librarian Grandpa, please let me borrow one book. How? What kind of book would you like? People of the South. Did Lord Galahad ask for it? Smile. No, I'm going to read it. Step, step, step. Ah, I'm here? Grandpa's office. It's been a while. I guess if I wait out here, Father will come out. Then, in the meantime, finally, the book I wanted to read the most after I was kicked out. I almost cried when I found out it had been in the manor's library. In the end, I couldn't read it until I died. Rub, rub. I'll read you to my heart's content. Hey, half-blood. Why are those two here? Belissac, the terrible playboy that never had a shortage of women since he was the eldest son. Astalu, who blew the family's money on gambling like it was his own. They were trash, but puffed. Ahaha. What? Did she lose it? Oops, I messed up. They might feel bad if I laughed at them as soon as I saw them. Sorry. You dirty half-blood. You dare to laugh at us. I remembered. That nickname my cousins used because my mom was a commoner. Brother, that half-blood seems angry. So what? What is she going to do? Yeah, at this age, I was scared of those two. They bullied me in violent and persistent ways that a little kid couldn't handle. Do you think she'll cry and wet herself again? When Father got angry, Vies and Laurels would argue that he was getting sour over children's play. Step. Belissac, how old am I right now? What? I asked how old I was. By any chance, do you not know? What? I do know. You're 7. Oh, I see. So, I'm 7 years old? Yeah, I'm 7. Point. And you're 10. Astalu is 8. Point. Sigh. You're already that old. When will you stop being so immature? You can't keep bullying and calling me half-blood like that. Cousin? Immature. Did you finally go crazy? Flinch. You low-born wench. You dare look at me like that? Serves you right. A half-blood like you dare tries to teach me. You seem to think that you have the same status as us because we took care of you, but squeeze, you're not a Lombardi. So get lost to some commoner's village, half-blood. Mumble, I told to stop. I told you to stop calling me a half-blood. Be Belissac. Glower, you crazy. You think you'll be all right after. Belissac, you no good dog. You dog who can't tell you're staring danger in the face. Today I will fix that bad habit you have. Ugh. Pack. Half-blood, half-blood. If you were going to, keep calling me that. You should have been ready to get hit by the person who's listening. Ack. Do you know how much I suffered because of you two? Do you? Save me. What's all this ruckus? Belissac. My God, Tia. You're hurt. Are you okay? What is this? Father. Wow. Based on how he sounds, you'd think he broke something. You. Apologize to my son right now. Him? That cocky. Brother, stop this instant. Ring. Hide. I'll you. Tell me. What happened? Here. I'll you. Your grandfather is asking you a question. Well, B. Belissac and I were just walking, and suddenly, Florentia attacked us. She kicked and tripped him. And after that, with a book Look at that dog talk. Episode 4. The audacity of them to spin pretty lies about what they did. The only person I can trust now is... Stare? Really? Are you telling me that Florentia started hitting you and Belissac for no reason? Stutter. Well, Florentia has always hated us. Do not interfere in others' conversations, Belissac. Where did you learn such despicable manners? Flinch. Higop? I just... Sob. Wah. Stupid Belissac. Grandfather absolutely hates it when someone interrupts him while he's talking with someone else. Glance. Florentia, why don't you tell me what happened? Clench. In the past, I would have avoided eye contact and ran off, since I was always the fearful crybaby half-blood. Tia. But now, things are different. Steps. I did nothing wrong. You. Rage. You beat up my son, and yet you still think. V is. F father, I. To think he'd do the same thing as Belissac after what happened just now. Like father, like son. I was patiently waiting for father out here, when suddenly Belissac and Astalieu approached me, jeering and calling me a half-blood. When I told them to stop, they started hitting me instead. They hit you? Which one of them did it? Inhale. It was Bellasac. Not only that, but they also called me lowborn and told me to get lost to some commoner's village. Father, I'm sorry. Please be patient for a little while longer. I need to reveal to everyone how I've been treated so far, and how both these boys have been completely rotten to the core ever since they were young. Is that why you began hitting Bellasac? No, the reason why I hit him was because he told me I wasn't a Lombardi. I know I am a half-blood. My mother was never granted the Lombardi name to the very end, and I don't plan to refute that fact. But despite all that, I am still a true Lombardi. A Lombardi that you, grandfather, acknowledged yourself. I only realized that being a half-blood didn't define my existence after I began to oversee the operations of the family myself. In my past life, that the Lombardi name suited me 100 times better than those morons who only ever flaunted the family name. That I'm the best Lombardi anyone could ever ask for. So you hit him not because he called you lowborn, but because he said you weren't a Lombardi. Yes, grandfather. And that I am a proud granddaughter of yours as well. Stare. Don't your knees hurt? Throb. Of course they do, but you're not crying. I heard you were quite the crybaby. I will cry, but only in my room after I've said everything that needs to be said. Father, I think we should tend to Tia's injuries first. Yes, of course you should. You can take her and go. Wait, hold on a second. Dash. Grab. Tro. I didn't think I should leave this book here, so. Did you? Borrow that book? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? Well, that's because I treated the book harshly. Awkward. A book is a tool for imparting knowledge, not a weapon to beat up. I mean, harm. Others. Didn't you say you did nothing wrong just a moment ago? Nonchalant. Yes, I did, but I believe it's important to acknowledge your mistakes as soon as you realize them. Chuckle. I can't really say anything against that. All right then, you two should get going now. Yes, Father. Let's go, Tia. Wait a minute, Father. Are you really going to let her off the hook like this? Enraged, Florentia made a mess of Bellasac, the eldest son of the family. She must be punished accordingly. Vise. You dare to argue against my decision? No, that's not what I meant. Oh, you dumbass. How can you be so clueless about the situation here? That's all I'll be saying on this matter. All of you should head back now. You. Turn. Bo. I'm sorry, brother, but since Father granted us permission to leave, we'll be heading out now. Oh, and one more thing, brother. Don't you think you're getting a little too sour over children's play? Buffed. Rub. Phew. Daddy smells nice. Episode 5. Oh dear, how did it even get this bad? It may leave a scar behind. A scar? Dear heavens. It's the same place I injured myself when I fell over on my 8th birthday. Looks like a similar scar is going to form again. Still, it's not like I broke any bones, so. Do you feel pain anywhere else, my lady? Oh, here. When Viez shoved me, I fell and caught myself in the wrong position. Talk about a petty man. What kind of an adult would push a small kid like me with his full strength? Gosh, from the swelling alone, there doesn't seem to be any broken bones. But I think you should be careful with your hand for a while. Let me prepare a separate medication for it. Thank you, Dr. O'Malley. I would like to speak with my daughter alone. Could you give the two of us some privacy? Also, oh, of course. I will be in the laboratory. Should you need me, just call. Tia, why didn't you tell me that those rascals were both airing you? Oh, Father's eyes. They're the same color as mine, and they are filled with concern for me. They said they would hit me again if I told you. I swear, those little brats. Oh, it's fine. I got 'em real good today, so I'm sure they won't be able to say that to me again. I managed to tolerate their behavior until now, but I won't be doing that anymore. I'll hit them right back. And if that doesn't work, I will just tell the adults and cry. So don't worry too much about me. I'm fine, Father. Teary? Of course. You do that, Florentia? But dear, sad. Why are you suddenly calling me Father? I want you to call me Dad, like you always used to. Oh crap. Come to think of it, one always called him Dad at this age. Was so long ago that completely forgot. Dad. Grin. Yes, dear. Let's live happily together for a long, long time. Yes, of course. Ha ha ha. Dad might not understand the true meaning behind my words now. And in fact, he will never know, since I won't let him die in vain like before. I'll be the one to protect both Dad and the Lombardi family. Flap. The first thing I need to do is do something that'll make Grandfather acknowledge me. No matter how foolish and pathetic these might be, he is still Grandfather's eldest son. Because of that, many people both within and out of the Lombardi family look up to him as the next implicit heir. On top of that, Laurel's is already busy kissing up to V's, and Father's happy as long as he's got books to read. So, compared to Via's, I still have 3 obstacles to overcome. Glance. Being the child of the third son, who hardly has any presence. Being a half-blood. And being a daughter. Are you enjoying the book, Tia? Yes. It's so fun. If I had to add another obstacle, it would be that I'm still far too young. In my past life, Grandfather couldn't distribute his work amongst any of his sons, and worked himself ill while trying to undertake all the responsibilities of the Lombardi family alone. Before that happens, I need to show him what I'm capable of. But I'm an illegitimate child and a girl. Flop, those weaknesses of mine will surely come back to bite, even after I inherit his position. When that day comes, the Tuan Prince's support will be of great help. That's why I need to be in the Tuan Prince's good graces, even if it's not just to prevent the fall of the Lombardi family. I need to gain his trust by giving him as much support as I can, so that he can become the next crown prince without much trouble. If I can do that, the future emperor wouldn't be so averse to the Lombardis. I'm sure both of us can become great friends. Oh wow, 5 at around 15 time when Prince Perez's mother passed away. In the past, the Tuan Prince's mother died during the rainy season of this year. She wasn't even able to call a doctor to treat her due to the Empress. Ugh. Well, I heard that the Tuan Prince returned the favor once he became crown prince. He imprisoned her in an isolated area, and nobody even knew of what illness she ailed from. With that in consideration, the Tuan Prince has quite the temper. Still, he must be living out his days completely and utterly alone. If I could have things my way, I would go see him right away. But Lombardi children are forbidden from freely wandering outside until they turn 11. Flap. But all hope is not lost yet. The only exception to that rule is when one receives permission from the Lombardi head himself. So just wait a little longer, Perez. Knock, knock. I'll accrue as much power as I can from here, and then I'll go meet you as soon as possible. Is Lord Gallahan inside? Who are you? You're. Excuse me, could I come inside? Clellivan, what is that man doing here in Dad's sitting room? What brings you here, Sir Clellivan? Do you have an urgent message to relay to my father? No. He's my grandfather's right-hand man, Clellivan Fellet, who will soon be managing the Lombardy business in the near future. But why on earth would he be here? I came here to see Lady Florentia. Huh? Sweat. Me. Episode 6. You mean to say that Lady Florentia borrowed this book? Yes. What do you think, Clellivan? There must be a misunderstanding somewhere. And why do you think that? The People of the South is a professional text that was strictly meant for research purposes. There's no way that Lady Florentia, who hasn't even surpassed 10 years of age, would read it. Wouldn't it be more plausible to assume that she picked it because the cover managed to catch her attention? It's a deep green, so she may have mistaken it for a fairy tale book. Normally, that would be the case, yes. Are you saying that Lady Florentia isn't normal? I called you here to figure that out. Tap! Let Florentia join in on the lessons with the other children from now on. My lord, I've already said this before, but Lady Florentia is far too young. A child of her age would find it hard just to stay still for long periods of time. Chuckle. Well, that only applies to normal children. What exactly are you trying to confirm, my lord? Florentia's mother was a nomad. She was truly a beauty, but other than her appearance, she didn't have any unique traits. That's why I didn't pay much attention to her daughter as well, I'll admit it. But from what I saw today, I have a feeling someone worthy has finally inherited my blood properly. It can't be. She's just a child who's no different than the others. Cutesy. Sparkle. Hello, my lady. My name is Clellivan Fellet. I'm in charge of teaching the children of the Lombardi family. I'm sure Lord Rulak is just mistaken. Understood. However, I will be administering tests of my own to pinpoint the exact level of her intelligence. If she fails to meet my expectations, then I cannot permit her to take part in my lessons, even if you order me to do so. It's to create an environment that's conducive to learning, so I ask for your understanding on this matter. Smile. It's a pleasure to meet you, Sir Clellivan. My name is Florentia Lombardi. Sir Clellivan? Ah! Oh, I'm sorry. You showed me such perfect form that I couldn't help but stare. That was quite impressive. Did I do it well? I did exactly as I once read in a book. He's instructing the lessons that all young Lombardis must go through. Oh, so that must be it. The Lombardi's lessons. At first glance, it could seem like normal tutoring for children. But the truth was that it was the first ordeal where all Lombardis were harshly evaluated for their level of competence. Only children who were capable of following along with the lessons were given a chance to participate, regardless of their age. As such, the difference in their skills started to appear the moment they began taking these lessons. There was also no determined age when one was to finish taking lessons. So if someone was told that they didn't have to come to lessons anymore, it would usually mean that they were disqualified from participating. Lastly, the evaluations that the children received every lesson were reported to the head of the family, Rulak Lombardi, who was stricter than anyone else, would be monitoring every single word and action of the children. but I was only permitted to take those lessons after I turned 9. How come I've been given a chance this early? If it's all right with you, I'd like to ask you a few questions. You simply have to answer them however you see fit, Lady Florentia. Okay. All right then. I heard you borrowed that book in your hands. Oh ho, that book. Did you borrow it? Could it be that grandfather paid attention to the book I took with me? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. This could be an opportunity for me. Yes, I've been reading it since yesterday. May I? You ask what it's about? I haven't been able to read too much of it yet, but apparently a fascinating group of people live together in the southern forest of the Empire. This book details an account about those people. Is that so? Who is the author of this book? Ropeles, the name written on the cover. What is the first chapter about? The author, Ropele, recounts the story of how they came to hear about the people of the South. I can see right through him. He must thought that I was carrying this book around like a toy. I do understand him though. This book is filled with content that even most adults would find tedious. Did you come here because you wanted to read this book? Should I lend it to you? I'm curious about what will come next, but I can always read it later. No, that's okay. I've already read that book once, so you can continue it, Lady Florentia. Ahem. You? Oh, what a relief. It doesn't seem like she's lying. Did she really? There are a total of 3 rumors that Ropele hears about the people of the South. Yeah? Hold on a second, Instructor Fellet. You're wrong. Ropele is not a he. She's a female author. Pardon? The evidence is all written in the book. Her full name is Yvonne Ropele. She's a female scholar. Please, allow me to borrow this book for a moment. Did I truly delude myself with the belief that only a man could possibly compile well-known research publications? Oh, come on. You said you read it all, but you must not have paid close attention, and that a young child couldn't ever understand such professional texts. Well, I don't have any more questions for you. I'd like you to come to my lessons starting from the 6th day of next week. However, it may be a bit hard to follow along with the lesson content in the beginning, since you'll be joining in the middle of one of our lectures. Wow, I guess I'll be learning lots of new things. I bet it'll be fun. I'm glad to hear that you're so thrilled. Our lesson will take place at... Oh, my dear Florentia, you're such a bright girl. Well, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I'll see you again at our lesson. Being a teacher sounded so dull that I wanted to ditch this position. But now, I don't think it'd be bad to stick with it a while longer. I think it'd be quite interesting to teach a girl like her. Episode 7. Tia. Won't you go on a picnic with Daddy? What? A picnic. It's been a while since the sun came out and the weather was nice. Let's take all these cakes and cookies you like and go find a sunny place to read. While we're at it, shall we pay Dr. O'Malley a visit? As a thank you for looking after your wounds. He's just baiting me because he thinks I won't want to go to the doctors. Really? He might be my dad, but he sure has a cute side. I was just thinking that too. Really? Daddy and Tia have so much in common. In that case, the ratio for the mixture is... Oh, welcome, Lord Gallahan. Hello, Dr. O'Malley. Now, I hope I haven't caught you at a busy time. Not at all. I was just giving my apprentice some advice because I had some spare time. Now that I think about it, this is the perfect time to introduce you. This is my apprentice, Estera. Hello, I am Estera. Nice to meet you. Tia. Dad, I want her to examine me. Tia. But the doctor's here. No, I like her. Still, I want her to examine me. Who? It seems the lady has taken a liking to Estera. Estera is very talented, so you don't have to worry, my lord. And I will be watching by the side. That should be okay, right? Beam. Of course. Talented. Of course she is. She's going to develop very important medicine later on. Then. Excuse me, my lady. She must be nervous. Her hands are shaking. Your name was Estera, right? Huh? Yes, you're right. Wah, it's such a pretty name. My name is Florentia. My dad's name is Gallahan. I see. What kinds of things do you learn from the doctor? I learned pharmacology from him. Wow! Then are you going to be a doctor too? Yes, although I've still got a long way to go. That's so cool. I want to get examined by you next time too. Since the swelling has gone down, I think we can change the medicine. I see. Go bring some Salco's extract. Yes. She seems less nervous. Good. Now, my lady. Once you drink this, the rest of the swelling will disappear. Wait. You're telling me to drink that? Tia. Dad, hurry and drink that so you can have your favorite sweet cookies. Yeah, if I have to drink it anyway. I'll just close my eyes and down the whole thing. Oh, you drank the medicine well. You can give us the bottle. My lady, this is. Since you and Estera examined and cured me, I'll give you this. Who? Thank you very much, my lady. Thank you. Yes, Dr. Estina. Bye. Meeting Estera was an unexpected gain. Next time, should I pick Estera and ask her to come? I'll have to keep seeing her if I want to get close. Now that I think about it, didn't something happen around this time? I think it was. Quite loud. Clip-clop. That crest. So, I'd like to hear your opinion. How did the test with my granddaughter go? I think I finally understand your words. Is that all? You've always been so stingy in your evaluations. Of course not. There are other things to mention as well. Actually, after the test, I talked around the servants near Lord Gallahan's residence, but no one had noticed how intelligent the lady was. When I relayed that the lady had fulfilled all the conditions to attend lessons, Lord Gallahan's reaction showed that he didn't expect it at all as well. That means I believe that the lady has been hiding her abilities until now. What do you think of it? Hiding her abilities. Yes, but it's only speculation. It's honestly regrettable. Such a young girl to go to the lengths to hide her ability makes it so obvious that Gallahan's status and abilities are lacking. You still have a lot of time. Do not feel too pressed. Yes, for now, I'll just watch. For the time being, after class, I hope you will report to me directly. Understood. Our conversation seems to have delayed our schedules. Then I will. Father. The members of the Dulac Company are here. Episode 8. So, you're telling me that you're trying to sell textiles that are normally only available in the south of the capital city. But currently, the Dulac Company can't handle such long-distance transportation. So you want the Lombardis to take charge of it instead. Yes, precisely. And you're planning on borrowing the money needed for the textiles from the Lombardi Bank? Yes. If possible, I'd like to request a large sum of money too. Ha! What more is there to discuss? Isn't this truly an amazing deal, Father? Oh, you won't need to worry about me repaying you. I, Croydon Anginas, owner of the Julak Company. Ha! Swear upon the name of my family to uphold my end of the bargain. Anginas, you may hail from the Empress's family, but you can only be so arrogant. Irritated, who would dare try to charge you additional fees like a creditor, unless they were trying to antagonize the imperial family? In the end, they're leaving all the work and the expenses to the Lombardis, while they reap the benefits. Glance. In that case, if their business fails, the Lombardis will have to take full responsibility for the resulting aftermath. There is no way Lord Rulak would take on such a pathetic deal. I will be leaving this in your hands, Vies. Go ahead with it and ensure that you make no mistakes. My lord! Yes? You can trust me, Father. Sir Croydon, please come this way. Now. We can discuss the details in my sitting room. What is it going on? Hold on a second. Let us inspect the goods before anything else. There is a proper procedure that must be followed for any business deal. We cannot bargain without knowing exactly what goods we're dealing with. Huh. Oh, he's just one of our servants. Don't pay him any attention, Sir Croydon. And you're only in charge of taking care of the kids. How dare you try to interfere in our business? Beat it. Gulp. If this deal goes well, the Anjanas family will be indebted to me. I don't care how much money it'll cost me, since wealth will naturally come to me as long as I accumulate enough power. Their debt will soon become a golden lifeline that'll allow me to get one step closer to the power of the imperial family. Inspecting the goods. I don't think that would be too much to ask. What do you think, Sir Croydon? Father. We can do that. There are a few textile samples I left in the warehouse in the capital, so I'll stop by next time with those in hand. Sir Croydon. I'm sorry, Sir Croydon. I'm completely ashamed. No, it's fine. Lord Rulak himself wishes to see it done, so the least I can do is follow through with his request. But still, that moron. Throb. He's practically begging at his knees for a guest who came to borrow our money and workforce. Click. Then we'll see ourselves out, Father. How did such a pathetic son come from Lord Rulak himself? Shut. My lord, this is a ridiculous bargain. Please, I implore you to reconsider. If this deal was presented to us by Shananet, what would you have thought of it? Lady Shananet would never have approached us with such a foolish busyness plan in the first place. That's true. But you still would have pondered whether there was truly so mething worth pursuing. We're in a difficult situation. One of them is too extreme. The other is too thoughtless. And the last one is so weak-hearted that he doesn't attempt to do anything. Out of all of them, Shananet is the most suitable as the heir. But I don't trust her spouse. Clearly, he seems to be treating Shananet well, so I've only been observing him from afar. It's against the rules for me to interfere in their fight for the right to inheritance, so every one of them has a fair chance to compete. The least I can do is observe what my children are attempting to do. Consider this another one of my tests. A test for Angenas and Vies. I mean, you seem to have high expectations for Lady Florentia just a while ago. It's true that she's clever, but we haven't discovered the extent of her talents yet. And on top of that, she's extremely young, so we'll just observe her for now. After all, that girl has only just started to be evaluated for her skills. Is this the right place? A. I'm sure it is. Besides, if it isn't, I can just turn back. Bellasac, Marin and Giliu, Florentia, and even Loran. How did you? What? Hey, why are you? Here. What do you mean? Why? I'm here to take my lesson. Yell. You liar. You're supposed to be taking lessons with me. Yeah, because grandfather let me. Yell. Liar, liar. Yell. How dare a girl like you? Ugh, what's the point of arguing with a kid? Tired. Let's just find a place to sit. Florentia, you're here. Ding. What do these two want now? Giliu, Marin. They never showed any interest in me in my past life. Why are they suddenly acting like this? Florentia, I heard that you beat up Bellasac. And you won. Stab? Something must have gone terribly wrong. Just you wait and see. I'll tell my father and... Nopey? How'd you win? What'd you hit him with? Noisy. Huh? What's happening? Noisy. Huh? What on earth is going on right now? Oh, everyone's here. All right then, please take your seats. Our lesson will shortly begin. Episode 9. It's great that our lesson started without much trouble. But why are these two sticking to me like glue? Shiny, Giliu, and Marin. Shiny, the twin sons of Aunt Shannonette. In my past life, they showed absolutely no interest in me. Actually, forget interest. They always deliberately ignored my existence and didn't even glance my way when Bellasac or Astayu would hit me. But why are they behaving like this now? This feels so awkward I'm gonna die. Grow. We'll be learning about the basics of business today. Generally speaking, the first piece of academic writing that is discussed when we talk about the definition of business is, well, I can say for sure that there's a couple things that went just as I'd expected, such as snore, phew, scratch, scratch, snore, snort, Bellasac, that little shit, sport, sure. Every time he acted out of line, I'd always wondered if he was bullshitting through his lessons. Who knew it was really true? Ziz. Glance. Something's off though. Ziz. There's just no way that Instructor Clelvin can't hear him snoring. Sure. Enor. Snore. Why isn't he saying anything? He's not even trying to wake him up. Smile. He smiled. Glance. He never insists or encourages any of us to engage or be enthusiastic about the lesson. Yow wow. But once class is over, all of this will be reported to Lord Rulak. Good. In that case, I should act as obvious as I can. Instructor, I'm super focused on your lecture. Stare. Twinkle. Elf. Clap. All right, our lesson today ends here. And I'll be giving you all a special assignment for homework. A homework assignment? Yes, I'll give you until next week's lesson to finish it. The topic is Dra. This, Dunan. A log. This log has quick regrowth properties and is strong. And very lightweight, which is why it is a treasured piece of wood that's used far and wide throughout the continent. Your assignment is to sell this log and bring back what you earned. You can use whatever means necessary to sell it. Right. That means you can cut and split open the log, or even set the log on fire if needed. Indifferent. However, you cannot force a transaction by pulling your rank. The only mandatory condition is that this log goes to someone who truly needs it. Oh, come on! These brats, I can already tell what they had in mind for this assignment. Life. Yes, Miss Loran. What is your question? Hesitant. You see, that log. Do we have to carry it ourselves? No, the one we have here is just a sample. Your own logs should have been already delivered to your rooms. Nod. Oh, Geese, I cannot believe she came out of the same womb as Bellasac. So cute. Pleased. I don't want to. Boo! Route. Why do I have to do something like that? Touching money directly is such a vulgar thing to do. We can just order our servants to sell our things. Haha. Cyril has definitely given him the mindset of a high and mighty noble. Everyone knows that desiring wealth is unbecoming of a proper noble. But those are now words of the past. Nowadays, even if you're a noble, you're powerless without money. That's why even the Anginus family established the Dirac Company. But Bellasac and his mother are still spouting such carefree nonsense. In that case, I have no choice but to fail you for this assignment. A fail? Why would I have failed the assignment? Well, that is because there's no other alternative. Your assignment is to sell an object and bring back the earnings. But since you refuse to do it, I can only conclude that you failed the assignment. Then just change the assignment altogether. Stand. The problem is that it's messed up to begin with. You may keep the earnings from this assignment, and the individual that manages to earn the most money will receive a special prize from me. Argai, I sincerely hope everyone will try their best. You, tremble, stomp, slam, sigh. That dolt is so uncultured. What's he even useful for? Oh, no, I shouldn't be concerned about that bastard right now. Let me focus on the assignment instead. Florentia, you're not leaving? We're going first, okay? It may seem simple at first, but it's not an easy task. It's obvious that you'd only get a few coins if you tried to sell it as it is. You'd have to refine it in some form in order to increase its worth. Something that can be used despite being made of wood. Crude tableware, small furniture, or even a picture frame might be possible with a little handiwork. But their worth is usually proportionate to the value of the hardwood they originated from. The log may have many uses, but it isn't a rare or precious piece of lumber. On top of that, since I don't have the proper skills to craft things from wood, I'll have to consider the amount I'll have to pay to hire someone. If I'm not careful, the production costs might end up being more expensive than the value of my final product. In that case, I'd be losing money instead. What should I do? What should I be making? A tree. That's it, a tree. Stand. Bow. Instructor Clelevin, thank you so much for today's lesson. I'll make sure to work hard on my assignment. Turu. Slam. Considering how pumped up she seems, I assume she's already found a solution. I'm curious to find out what she'll present next class. The one person who can give the log more value than any other. That person is currently at the Lombardi estate. Episode 10. Dad. Oh dear. Tia, did your lesson go well? It was so much fun. Dad, are you busy right now? Not at all. How could anything be more important than you? That's a dress. Tia. Oh. I actually wanted to ask you a favor. Could you draw me something? Oh, a drawing. What should I draw for you? A flower? A tree? Or a cute animal? I want a drawing of grandmother's face. Grandmother's face. We already have a portrait of her, don't we? Do you want to go see it with me? Oh, shoot. But her clothes are so fancy in her portrait, and her face looks too stiff. I want to see grandmother smiling more comfortably. After all, she's your mom. I'm curious to see how you remember her, Dad. My mother? I'm not sure. It's been so long since I've last seen her, so my memory might fail me, but she was a very warm person. Here, I'm not quite sure if I drew it well enough. This person is my grandmother. Dad, I'm going to go play outside for a bit. Huh? I'll be back soon. Tia, dear, be careful, don't fall. Ha ha. Geez, Dad. How old do you think I am? I won't fall. I swear, you worry too much about everything. Does he have psychic abilities to see the future? Come to think of it, I went straight to my death after tripping on the streets in my past life. Phew. I should be more careful from now on. That being said, am I finally here yet? I'm currently in a village in the outskirts of the Lombardi estate, where specialized employees live. Unlike household servants who live in the manor and have their own assigned rooms, these workers live outside the manor and craft personal goods for the Lombardis. The Lombardis themselves personally created this village for permanent employees and their families to reside in. But where's the man I'm looking for? Should I stop others to ask for his whereabouts? Wait, since when did my hand get all scratched up? I should look for a place to clean it. If I leave it be and it gets infected, Dad'll be worried again. I wonder if there's a well here. Oh, there it is. It's too deep. I don't think I can pull up water with my height. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, thank you. Didn't your parents teach you that it's dangerous to play by the well? Oh my God! Alfeo Jean, a talented sculptor who only found his true path in life after the late age of 30. Originally a carpenter, he was eternally grateful that the Lombardis later recognized his talents as a sculptor, and as such, he dedicated his first work to the Lombardi family. The World Tree. Goodness, a person made this with his own hands? Such a grand and exquisite sculpture. The amount of effort put into the details is truly extraordinary. Wow! To think such a talented craftsman was among us all along. It was a masterpiece among masterpieces, the World Tree, the crest of the Lombardi family, made by intricately connecting dozens of trees together in an ornate fashion. With this single work of art alone, Alfeo was able to make his name widely known throughout the entire empire as a gifted artisan. But who would have thought that I would be able to meet him so easily? Now, don't cause too much trouble and go play somewhere else where it's safer. Thank you. Come to think of it, I don't think I've seen you around. My name is Florentia. Firen. Tia? Wait a second. Her hair and skin are immaculate, and she's covered head to toe in luxurious clothes. Don't tell me. I'm sorry for making a fuss. I'm so sorry, my lady. I didn't recognize you. You don't have to apologize. I was in the wrong just now. But anyways, more importantly, are you Alfeo? What? Yes? I am, but how do you know my name? I've heard that. You're really good at making sculptures. W. Well. For now, all I do is sculpt children's toys out of wood and sell them. But of course, I'm not that good at it. If you're making money from your sculptures, then I'd say you're already a professional. After all, others pay you for your goods because they see true value in them, right? I'd like to ask you something, Alfio. If you had a drawing to reference, do you think you could sculpt a person's face too?